and very regimented about a lot of things. I think about it and I kind of go like, I didn't understand then how we could not hang out like other people can hang out. We could not do a lot of things that other people do, right? So now I think about it now and I go, now I get what she was doing. I didn't like it then. I didn't understand it then, but
Like,
I know
they get to do this. They get to do this.
Absolutely. She was very stern about stuff. I told people. I didn't,
you know, our house when we was young, like everybody had to come home when the street lights came on, but we had to be in front of our house. So all our friends from the neighborhood would come around that thing so we could all be together. But that was part of her thing. And this is the one thing that I love about mom the most. And I didn't get this, till you get older, because I was like, well, my mom kicked me out the house. But then the question is, well, what did you do to get kicked out? Don't just say like, oh, willy-nilly, I kicked you out the house.
Right.
And I ain't going to put all the business out there, but
don't put
I should have got kicked out. I should have. and you don't want to say it at the time, but you understand it. But what mine said to me, she said, I might not have been the best mother, but I did the best that I can do.
Absolutely.
And I was like, well, that's what makes you the best. Like, how can you ask somebody to do something more than what they could do? When they give you everything that they got, you say, maybe it was some things I could have did better. Maybe some things I shouldn't have did. Maybe I could have gave you a little bit more role. Well, I don't know. But then when you look at the proof of the pudding, and it's not because like people say, oh, Helen, both of your children are doctors. No, that's the least of the thing. I think what it is that we good people. And it was not just from her, but like from the village that we had, they taught us how to love people, how to value different things. And I think at the end of the day, when we start talking about how do I parent, my big brother, Quasi, Horace Kraft, told me this. He's anybody who knows Horace knows he is a warrior.
Yes.
And so I would have him. He was the one who taught me how to really fight. He was the one who taught me how to train. And so I had him training my daughter. And I was like, man, I wish I could do like you do all the time. It's like when you're not here, I have to teach her, but she's not getting the lessons that you could give her. And he said, no. He said, you're her best teacher. I said, how am I her best teacher? You know more than me. I can't give her what you get. He said, no, you love her the most. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes you her best teacher. And when he said that,
like,
that changed the whole way. Because I was like, ain't nobody going to love her like I love her. Right. And it was like, everything I put in it was like my mom. I might not be the best, but I'm giving you the best that I got. And it was what you find out with children. It's not even you thinking what you do. It's that you're doing something. It's the time. It's the little bitty things. So when we start talking about this, now I'm even talking to parents who are older. And you say, well, my children grown. They got kids. It's never too late. Right before my dad died, we went to Ohio. And man, me and Dad, we was going miniature golfing. We was going to the movies. The last two movies I saw with it was Charlie Angels and the Hawk. Both of them was horrible movies. But I just remember going to the movies with my dad like I did when I was a little boy. And I remember even though I was in my late 20s, early 30s, in fact, I was having a time sort of like Jermaine. I was like, me and my daddy going here, me and my daddy going here. And it was like, it's never too late to parent and to parent in different ways. Like maybe you can't recapture when a person was 5, but it's like, how do I still show them that, hey, I'm still your mama, I'm still your daddy? And one of the
and I care for you and I want the best for you.
Yes.
Can I even say that even Dad on his deathbed was still caring as a parent? Yes. I remember he was in a hospice, right? Mm-hmm. And you were in the middle of your dissertation writing. And so I'll never forget the day he kicked you out. Mm-hmm. He said, yo, Melio, get up out of here. No, granddaddy called you Melio. He told you, get out of here and go start writing. Get your dissertation done, get it finished. And he kicked you out and you left and you went ahead and started writing. And then I'm sitting there and he said, Pumpkin, I just want you to know, you're probably gonna be left a little money. And I want you to go back and get your doctorate. I wasn't even really thinking about it, to be very honest. But when he said that, I thought, oh, okay, Dad. So then when he passed away, that was one of the first things I did. I went ahead and tried to apply and go to school. So even in his last days, you still want the best for your children. So it's never too late to continue to push and to grow and teach your children.
This is the thing. And I tell people, and people sometimes think you're crazy when you tell stories about the other side. But I said, I still think they parent after they transition. And I get a chance to write, on a weekly basis in the Milwaukee Courier, some called KWEKU's Corner. And I talked about an article called Listening to Yesterday. And it was like, when your parent is gone, you say, I'm lonely. I miss that wisdom. I miss that advice. I miss that hug. I wish I had this. And when you get a chance to kind of sit in silence, it's like after you pray, you just sit and you listen and you say, You know, people used to wear those bracelets, WWJD, what would Jesus do?
Mm-hmm.
I always ask myself, what would my mama Daisies tell me in this thing? What would my dad tell me in this situation? And it's funny how memories pop up in your head. Like my favorite episode from Martin is when Jodeci came on and Martin came in. He said, Joe, that episode had been what 20 years,
20 plus.
but it plays in my head and I laugh the same. Well, that's the same way I get the memories from my grandparents and from my dad. Like, what would they tell me? What is something that they said that's still just as relevant, that still sticks with me today? We say it all the time with Mama Daisy. The best way to heal yourself is to help others. So we tell the parents that the things you say today, man, those are going to vibrate and resonate for years and years. But when I need an answer, I ask. And one time, Jermaine, when I lived in my old place, I lived on the top part. So, it's these steps. Man, you got when you're a new parent, you got the barriers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just opened it and I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot the thing. I left my daughter there. You know how they say it don't take but a second?
Yeah.
Man, I come, she's falling down the steps. My heart is racing, but she's not falling like tumbling. It's like somebody's playing with her where you can see these hands on her shoulders slowly guiding her down so she's not man, I run down and I catch her while I was there. And the first thing I said, I was like, thank you, Dad. Now I didn't see him. He didn't say nothing. He didn't do it. But that was what was in me, because the way she was falling was not natural. You know how gravity falls you, how gravity put. And when I saw it, I was just like, I can't explain it. They might think I'm crazy if I say it, but I know what I know. It's a feeling. They say, oh, well, you hallucinate. You think that because it was there. I was like, I know how this child should have felt.
Yeah.
I know what gravity teaches me, the law of gravity. That ain't no hocus pocus. Right. And with that though, the first thing I said was, I didn't say thank you, Jesus. I said thank you, Dad, because it was I could feel his spirit. Like he always used to tell me, don't take but 1 second to ruin your life. And that would have been the 1 second that I did the wrong thing. That was it. And it was like, I got you. And so, like I said, for parenting, it never stops. You said at the deathbed, I said even beyond. And what I want to do is, and I tell the people, like, leave memories with your people, because those things are going to be the moments of the day become those memories of tomorrow that you just can't stop.
And memories come in different forms. I will say right now, as I am, what are you laughing about?
I was thinking some of the bad memories.
Oh no,
that's bad at the time, but you laugh at now.
Okay, no, I'm not going there, sir. I'm talking about as I cook. I think about the times where my grandmother wouldn't allow me to go outside to play, but she had me in the kitchen, picking greens and popping peas and, doing those things. And I didn't understand it then, but I still have memories. So as I am in the kitchen cooking, or if Cameron comes and joins me, I think about those memories from Mama Daisy. Or I can go on my other side of the family. When I hear the Isley Brothers playing, I can think about my father-in-law cooking and singing. He loved the Isley Brothers. And so every time I hear an Isley Brothers song, I'm thinking about Levi Moutry. That's just how it works, right?
And I think those are the clues that people leave. It's like, I'm still here. Like you hear that song, or you see people, they go to the grave site, and then you'll see everybody's got like a world fan by the cemetery, by the grave, and none of them are moving except for the one that they at. And it's like that child is talking to them, or that parent is talking to them. It's so many different things. And I said, sometimes we move so fast that we don't think about some of the things that we miss. And so what we're telling people is to slow down. And now what we want to do is, when we start coming back, I want to talk about some of the harder parts about parenting. Like we had talked about some of those things. And I think one of the hardest things, and Jermaine had talked about it just a little bit, is co-parenting. Another thing that I heard that sticks with me, a preacher said, he said, the best way to love your children is to love their mother. And I think about what happens when you have a baby mama that you don't get along with. Whereas like sometimes you don't even want to talk, or sometimes it's like some place where the love was there once is gone, or maybe it was never no love. There was one of them like things like, how did I get myself caught up in this situation? How do you then rearrange that? And one of the things why I bring that up is because this next Saturday in Madison, I'm going to be able to do a keynote for the fatherhoods, for a fatherhood presentation in Madison. And these are all the things we're talking about. It's a free event. And when we start talking about like, how do we get with that? We got workshops afterwards, how to deal with all of those issues we were talking about. But it's like, even now I'm trying to formulate in my mind, how do I talk about the things that's difficult? Because when you have a baby mama that you don't see eye to eye with, and you know the child is in the middle of that, man, that's one of the most difficult, frustrating things. I see you shaking your head, Jay.
And I was gonna say, let's not forget the baby mama, the daddy of the other side too. You know, sometimes the moms have to deal with the baby's daddy. And so we also have
the
to make sure.
grandparents get caught up in that where they can't
Absolutely.
see the child because of all of those things. And we like, if we really love the children, how do we make sure that we rise above our insecurities, our own hurts and things of that nature? But
Child first.
yeah. And it goes both ways. You know, there's
Mhm.
an old saying that hell hath no fury like a woman that's scorned. I think it
Mhm.
goes the way for a man too. Like if you hurt somebody, the natural inclination is for me to hurt you back. And how do I hurt you? By taking something that you love the most. But if you really love something, how could you hurt it in the same vein? Those are the things that we're gonna talk about. Okay. Upendo Show. We've been talking about the beauty of fatherhood, the beauty of parenting, and all of the things that come with it from A to Z. But you know what? I was telling you, like, I'm gonna be speaking at this place. Like, next thing, we got some superstars in the house. Everybody know, Terron Edwards, the father making progress. I mean, he is a legend in the city for what he does, and I don't say that lightly, because when you see what he gets to do with the young men, it's a beautiful thing. And he's been here many a times and whatnot like that. But our next person, I want to make sure,
I'm an old family
Ronda Davis, you are the volunteer coordinator for UW-Madison. I know you done did so many other things in your life, but you're going to talk about like how this got together and what it's really for. So just talk a little bit about the conference coming.
Certainly. First of all, thank you for allowing us to be here today. And we're really excited about this work. So we have our Fathers in Focus conference coming up. It's actually next Saturday, October 18th.
Now, how much do that cost?
It is free. I'll say it again, it's free.
Free.
And the name of it again, the
Fathers in Focus conference. So we are focusing on all things fatherhood, right? And so this came from a 5-year needs assessment that was done because University of Extension or UW-Madison's Division of Extension, the purpose of our division is to bring the research into our communities to make certain that we're getting what we're deserving of, right? And so based on what we heard from fathers.
And so who is this open for?
It is open for all dads, for practitioners, for anyone that is interested in learning more about topics related to dads. So if you're working with, we have individuals that come that do small peer groups. We have dads that just say, I want community, I want connection. One piece that came out of that fatherhood needs assessment was that dads just want to be dads, right? So shifting the narrative of what we say about fathers and letting them know that these are networking opportunities. You can hear from experts in the field. Dr. Alvin Thomas, he's doing some amazing things, right? With his podcast. Our institute director and assistant dean, Dr. Danielle Hairston Green, she's doing some amazing work. And this really came from her heart work, a passion project of being, a mom watching, her own son. She has her own why behind,
that's so
this
powerful.
work. Yeah.
It was unique about it. It's like you're not alone. This is a statewide conference. So it's not just Milwaukee, it's Madison
we got
too.
72 counties in the state. So is this open for all 72 counties?
Open for all 72 counties, because in Extension, we have educators in all 72 counties. And so with that needs assessment, just identifying what are the needs for dads and realizing that dads in rural communities as well as in urban areas, right? The needs are similar. Like Terron
So the
said,
age, wide span of age, race?
It's for anybody that identifies themselves as a father, right? This is for fathers and practitioners. So we have a lot of individuals that work alongside dads.
Now, is there a target age though? I know you say that, but that's like such a large group. If we go from like 15, because you can be a daddy at 13. So from 13 to there's some who doing it at 80 still.
So really for more, I would say, more mature dads, right? But we are looking at programming. It's interesting that you would say that, because now we're looking to do programming for teen fathers as well. And so we've identified that we do need to cap it off, that there are different audiences to reach. But for right now, this has been open to just dads in general.
And the survey, that survey that you put out, who were the age group folks that kind of gave you your data?
So those were individuals that were 18 and older, pretty much, because it was like with Terron's agency, right? Who he's serving. It is any dads that he's serving with his agency were able to take the needs assessment.
So now where is this taking place? I know I keep hearing Madison, so it's going to be in Dane County, but can you give me the time, the address, all of those
Sure.
things?
It's at Madison Area Technical College. It's at their Trucks campus. And so that's located in Dane County. And we can put the links to our website as well for folks to find out more information. But the day starts at 9:00 and it goes from 9 to 4. And so, of course, Dr. KWEKU will be our keynote speaker. So we're ramped up and excited for that. We'll have some amazing breakout sessions throughout the day. Some of our tracks include relationships and parenting, skill building, custody challenges, child support and finances, mental health, because we know that's a big piece of it. My role is the Justice Involved Families Outreach Specialist. And so we also have a Justice Involved Families track. And then co-parenting. So experts in the field. And so having an opportunity to have Q&A during those breakout sessions and really get into the nuts and bolts of some of these topics that are important to dads. But really, we focus on a strengths-based model as well. So really looking at what are you doing well and what can you add in your toolkit so that you can improve in your practice as a dad.
We're going to have you back, because this is too powerful a conversation. But I want to know from each of you, what was your why? We talk about Dr. Danielle, like her why. What was your why to be inside of this conference?
So my why is that I grew up without a dad as my co-resident parent. And so that fuels a lot of my work. I was a K-12 educator in Milwaukee Public Schools, born and bred in this community. We went to school together.
That's right.
To see us now, we like. And so I worked in, I was an education director in the Department of Corrections. And so I've seen, and and I worked at a facility specifically for 18 and 24-year-olds. And I was at Ryan. And so a lot of them were dads. And so knowing that the skills that they were in need of, that they had in the correctional facility. Shout out to Warden Jaleslie Taylor. She's amazing. That's kind of my why wrapped in there.
It's on Aber Street. If for me, I've done work, around the city, been blessed to do things, in this community, outside of this community. But this is a unique chance, like I said, to just kind of bring it all home, just stakeholders, all the different stakeholders, like you said, from the DOCs, from the universities, that's it. We get it together, like for real, because I mean, it's just like, fatherhood, we can't just always boil it down to just a resource fair, or just some guys who need some help, or this more than one day. It's got to be more than one day, and it's just like, this is a celebration. It's like, we'll have the resources for folks who need resources, but this is a statewide celebration, and this is an opportunity for us to just kind of celebrate and say, hey, we here, hey, we doing this. It's gonna be some iron sharpen iron opportunities for sure. It's always, but for me, it's more than that. It's an opportunity for practitioners to come in, kind of sharpen iron with other practitioners. Everybody, we definitely. And I just really, like I said, Ronda's my dog, but hey, man, but just like, even just professionally, just working from the lens and working from the space of best practice, like what really works, what shows that really works, from research perspectives, and from, just really, heart and head, where heart and head merge, baby. Come on.
And we would love to come back, because we have so many programs, that we could talk about. Listen, and we're gonna have Debo talk to you after the show to see how to and I have to do some more. Amazing. And I just had to give one more shout out. Another why is my husband, Ronil Davis. Come on. He used to be with the Medical College of Wisconsin. He was here with Dr. Sarah Kovac a few months back, talking about suicide post.
I was gonna say that name so got it. Okay.
But I just have to say, he's an amazing dad. And so just being able to watch him father. Nobody. But just
I'm co-signing, man. That's a good dude, man.
No, we're talking so fast. I want to make sure some people are writing down the information. Can you just real quickly again tell us about the name of the project, when it happens, where it happens, how much it costs, will I be fed? Give me some details real quick.
So it's the Fathers in Focus Conference. It's happening at Madison Area Technical College. So that is in Dane County. And we have our website that has that information as well. If they just go to the UW Extension website, they'll find information about our Fathers in Focus Conference. It's next Saturday, October 18th. It's from 9 to 4. We will feed you. We have breakfast and we have lunch.
For free.
For free.
All right now.
And we're also looking to partner with other organizations that can provide sponsorship opportunities so that we can continue offering this to fathers in the community. And it's a statewide offering. I'll say that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. So I guess speaking of, we're ready to close out if I'm not mistaken. So speaking of sponsors, I want to make sure we give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Mary Ellen Foundation. They provide Strong Foundation, Mary Ellen Strong Foundation. They provide scholarships, professional growth, and mentorship for the development of mental health professionals. So if you are interested out there in donating to this organization, go ahead and click on MaryEllenStrongFoundation.org.
Hey, what can I say? It's been beautiful. Ronda, Terron, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. We will have you back. Jermaine, Debo, you keep it moving as well. Dr. Moutry, it's always a pleasure to facilitate with you. Milwaukee, we love you. We'll see you next week.